Hello, welcome back to Sprucing Up Rebel server. This is Crocs here, and we are at my house so I can show you guys what I've been working on. And yeah, basically it's an item sorter, very similar to what I've actually done in my single-player world. Although I think the episode where I show this off is going to be coming out after this episode. But anyways, you'll see this in my single-player world as well. That's kind of where I got the idea. I do have a newer, snazzier version over here that I've been working on of an item sorter that instead of just sorting out like iron ore and things like that, what will actually happen here is if I put the ore into like iron ore into the system, it'll actually automatically put it into this furnace, which will then pump out the iron ingots. So this is actually a item sorter that will also refine the materials as well. The only problem with this setup is you don't get the XP from doing all the shit. So that kind of sucks. Let's cover this up. Whoops. Just so we don't have any accidental items fall in. But yeah, it doesn't... you don't get the XP from doing the smelting. So that's kind of the only problem with this. On the server, I'm not too concerned about that, but it's kind of cool. It's more just to see if I could do it more than anything. Let's see, there's a couple, helps if I actually spell spawn right, there we go. A couple other little things I've been working on. The first thing is, do have 2 new books here at spawn. Oh, looks like we got some rain, let's get rid of that. We do have 2 new books here at spawn. This one is an FAQ book, and this one describes a current problem that we're having with the trains. And I will actually show you guys what that is after I show you this next thing that I've been working on. As you might have been able to tell, this episode's in a slightly different format. Instead of doing a bunch of clips, this is going to basically just be one go at it. The reason for that is I had a little bit of audio trouble getting some of my mic and audio volume set up. So I recorded a bunch of clips for this this episode, but they were unusable because my sound was just terrible, just absolutely terrible. So that's definitely a problem, but that's cool. It's cool. So yeah, slightly different format. So last episode we talked about this bottom floor, and I now have the next 2 floors of the hospital basically done. I've still got a little bit of like cleaning up and polishing work to do, but we'll get there. So we got a nice little waiting room up here, and this is basically where all the patient rooms are. As you can see, they're all pretty much identical as far as what they have in there, just slightly different layout depending on the row. Like I said, there's a couple little bit more polished details I want to do. I want to add some stuff to these hallways and things like that, but got the majority of it done. And then if we pop on up to the next floor, and I guess we don't need to fly. Next floor, this is more rooms, patient rooms, but this one, the rooms are all put against the side of the wall, and there's this nice little like indoor garden-y thingy mabobber. So this is kind of like, oh yeah, I'm relaxing. I want to kind of fill this in a little bit more and do a little bit more with it, but this is just the start. Also have a little nurse's station here just so they can keep an eye on things and stuff like that. But yep, I kind of like this. I kind of actually really like how the beacon goes through our trap door here too. I really kind of like that. I'm a fan of that. But yep, so that's that. Now let's head back down, and I want to talk about this minecart glitch problem that we are currently dealing with. This is actually an older problem. Well, this problem has been on the server since 1.6, I think. And there's a Zambi. Hey, Zambi. Which is a little annoying. But I did kind of want to talk about it, and I should have just taken this underground walkway previously instead of going all the way around. That would have been smart. That would have been smart. But that's okay. It's okay. So yeah, we're heading over to a train setup. I love walking through all these tunnels with the trains. We're going over here to one under the castle. Mostly just because, I like walking through this tunnel, even though it is all just stone brick. I really do like this tunnel. It's fun. You can actually see where part of the mine from inside the mining castle comes from. But anyways, so in here we have a problem with the minecarts that if you are playing on Rebel server you should be aware of, and it's these slant stations. So these slant stations, there's currently an issue where if you place the minecart on the slant like you're supposed to, and you jump in, you'll notice that we sit super low in the cart. Super, super low. You can't press the button or anything, and it's really freaking annoying. So what you have to do is, for now, you have to set your cart on the flat part, like this, and if you see that works just fine, we're sitting just fine. Now we can scooch forward onto the slant, press the button, and bam, we're off. Whoosh. We're off. On a magical journey. Wee, 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 wee. We're going to stop right up here. The other reason I went to the station is I knew it was a fairly short one. But yeah, so that's kind of a problem. So just remember that if you do set the minecart on the slant, you're going to have a bad time. So just break your minecart, put it on the top block or down here on the bottom, and then go, and everything will be will just be fine and hunky-dory and everything. So well, it's a little dark right here. Let's go ahead and fix that really quick. Add one more. There we go. That'll help. Add some light here. But yeah, that's kind of a, like I said, kind of a problem, kind of a bummer with the minecarts, but as long as you know how to deal with it, you'll be just fine, and you'll be good to go. Let's see. I think that's about all that I've done on the server this last week. It's been a pretty low-key week as far as major changes. Most stuff I did was up in my apartment up there at the Orange Glass. I did work on those signs, as I mentioned, and then the other big thing that I worked on, which is kind of tough to notice, but let's fly over here. I did work on the hospital, I guess, but the other thing I've been working on is the bunting around the walls. So what I've been working on is this little wall. You can see here how it doesn't just go straight up. There's actually, let's fix this really quick. It actually has this nice little design of an upside down stairs, 2 more blocks, and then another upside down stair. So I've actually been going through and working on that, well, through most of the wall. I've probably spent the most time on that this last week is working on this bunting, but it's kind of tough to show off because it's just like, yeah, there's bunting in places that there wasn't before. So yeah, that's kind of just a dealio. It's just a thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wang, and look at all these mobs up here. Stupid mobs. That's going to be one of the next things I actually work on as soon as we get all this bunting, and this is the wall I'm currently working on. You may have noticed down there was a stopping point because I was getting bored of placing stairs. But as soon as I get all this bunting done, I'm going to be going through and dealing with lighting up on all of these walkways as well, and that's going to be a fun project. But yeah, that's kind of it for this episode. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all that I've really done. So yeah, kind of like my single player video, this is going to be a shorter episode than usual just because, as I mentioned, I did have some recording problems, so this is actually my 4th time recording all of this shit, and yeah, I'm done with it. I'm ready to start working on more stuff again. So we'll wrap it up for this episode. Remember, if you like this video, to go ahead and give it a like. If you want more videos like this or other games and such, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. And don't forget that if you want to play on this server, you can actually apply to play on the server by going to rebelcrew.org. Information in the description, details in the description, whatevs. And yeah, you can apply to play on the server. And yeah, you can come here and have fun and look at the cool dollar sign and go, yeah, I like money. So with that, I will chat with you all later. Goodbye.